So today we will discuss about deployments. So actually deployment means installation of application in the server. Okay, deployments. Deployment is nothing but installation of application in the server. Okay, so after deployment, the application will be executed in the server and it provides services to the client. After deployment, the application will be executed in the server and provide services to the client. To the users or client. Okay, so after deployment, the application will be executed and it provide services to the client. So here we used to deploy only Java applications because WebSphere application server is JVM process. It is the part of JVM. So it is the instance of JVM. So we used to deploy only Java applications. We used to deploy only Java applications in WebSphere application server. Because WebSphere application server is JVM process, so we cannot deploy another application. So only Java applications it will support. Okay, now we have to know what are the applications we have in Java. So Java provides different type of applications J2EE. So that means Java Enterprise Edition. So this Java Enterprise Edition provides different types of applications. First application is .war file. So war means web archive file. Okay. So web archive file means it contains web applications. So web application means, so what is meant by web application means it is it is the collection of web pages. Okay. So it is collection of web pages. Okay, so here and also using these web pages we used to develop web modules. So we have three types of web modules in web application. First one is servlets, second one is JSP, and third one is HTML. Okay, so like this we have three types of modules under web application. So first of all we will come from here. So .war file. Okay, so .war file means it is a compressed file, so which is used for the deployments. Okay, so the meaning of .war is web archive file. Okay, so it is the it is nothing but it contains web applications. So web application means it is a collection of web pages. Okay, so collection of web pages or set of web pages. Okay, and the web application contains web modules. Okay, so what are the web modules? servlets, JSP and HTML. Okay, so servlet is a simple Java code which is used for to develop web pages. Okay, so the collection of web pages is nothing but web application. And the same way JSP also. JSP means Java server pages. It is also a Java code. It will execute on server side, and using this JSP Java server pages we can develop web pages. Okay, so then the collection of web pages we can call it as web application. And HTML means hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language, it is used for presentation. Okay, so here we are grouping these three modules as dot war file for deployment purpose. Okay, so if you take one war file, so it contains web application. The web application contains web modules, and the web modules are servlet, JSP and HTML. Okay, so these web applications are used for to develop non-business applications. Web applications or non-business applications. Non-business applications. So non-business means we won't do any business in these using these applications. Example like college website or school. Okay, so in this school and college websites we won't do any business. This is for only information. Okay, so the web application contains dynamic pages and static pages, both the combination of dynamic pages and static pages. But so these applications are only for information, only for reading purpose. Okay, so we are not going to do any business with these web applications. Okay, so in web application we cannot develop business code, only navigating one page to another page and all are static and dynamic pages. Okay, and coming to second one, jar file. Jar file means Java archive file. Okay, so it is nothing but Java application. Okay, and the Java application is the combination of EJB modules, Java application or EJB application. It is the combination of EJB modules. Okay, so here we have EJB. Three types of EJBs we have. First one is session EJB, and second one is entity EJB, and third one is message driven bin EJB. Okay, so like this we have three types of EJBs. Okay, so this Java code is used for to develop business applications. Okay, Java applications are business applications. Okay, for example, we can take any example like IRCTC, Amazon, Amazon.com. Okay, and uh, bank websites. All bank websites are business applications only. Okay, all bank applications. Okay, so like this we can say some example for business applications. Okay, so here web applications for only for information to create the web pages, but in EJB applications in jar file we cannot create web pages. Okay, we cannot create web pages, only we can write the business code. One moment, I'm getting call. Okay, okay. Tell me about it. I'm available, but currently I'm in office. I will be permanent afternoon time. After 3:30, I will be here. Where are you from? No? Where are you now? So Banu means I don't know this. Chart with me. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, you are buying for your kid, right? Okay. After 3:30, I will be in office. Otherwise, you that is i5 processor 2.5 CPU 2.5. Morning shift actually. I have laptop currently, but I don't know pen drive and otherwise you come by 3:34 you can reach Punahalli colony. Punahalli colony. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so that is Java applications. And coming to third file is .ear file. EAR means enterprise archive file. Okay, so enterprise archive file is complete business application. Complete business application. Okay, so this enterprise application contains .war file plus .ear file. Both the files we have in enterprise application. So generally we used to deploy war files and ER files. Okay, so war files, jar files, and ER files. So only these type of applications we have in Java. Only these three types of applications provided by the enterprise Java. Okay, so we used to deploy war files and jar files and ER files also. Okay, now we will see how to deploy an application in WebSphere application server. Okay, so go to the console. Here we can see applications. Okay, so expand this application tab and go to application type. Here we can see WebSphere enterprise application. So click on this. Already we have one application, that is default application, so which is installed in application server. Okay, so now we are going to install our customized application. Okay, so for for application deployment, here we have some operations, we have tabs, here we have buttons. Okay, so if you observe here, install. Okay, so install button is used for to install the application. Okay, and starting the application, stopping the application. Okay, So these two buttons are for starting and stopping. This is for installation of new application. This is uninstallation of existing application. Okay, so now I am going to install one application. Click on install, and here we have to choose the file. So local file system and remote file system. If the file is located in your local system, choose first radio button, file local system. If the file is in a remote mission, that means in some other system or some other server, then we can go with second radio button, remote file system. Okay, so as of now I have applications in my laptop local mission, so I choose local mission and click on choose file. Okay, now one window will be opened. So now we have to browse the application from this window. Okay, so go to the applications. I have applications benefits.var, company store admin, okay, and sample.var. Three applications I have. I'm going to install one application. So benefits.var I'm going to deploy. Okay, this is simple web application. Okay, click on open. Okay, and now click on next. Here if you observe again we have two options. First option is fast path. Fast path means only limited options it will display. Okay, installation means application installation is customized one. Okay, so we cannot install a typical. Okay, so if you choose fast path, so it will prompt only additional information is required. Only additional information of options it will prompt. Okay, if you go to detailed, each and every options will be appear. Okay, we can choose, we can customize the options, we can choose whatever the options we need for these applications if you go with detailed path. Okay, so I'm going with detailed path only because we are the beginners, so we are going to the deployment first time, so go with detailed path, not fast path. Okay, and choose this radio button and click on next and continue. Okay, so this is the first step of installation. Here we have to identify the name, sir, application name. So application name is benefits underscore var. Okay, so this name we can modify, we can keep the same name also, that is at, it is customized one. Okay, and remaining options are optional. Okay, select installation options. So remaining options are not required, just simply click on next. It will go to the next step. Okay, here in step 2 we have to map this application to the server. So we need to select the server, which server we are going to deploy. Okay, here I have two servers, server 1 and server 2. Only two servers I have. Okay, so I'm going to select this application. I'm going to target this application on both the servers. I'm going to deploy on two servers, not one. I'm selecting two servers and click on apply. Now click on next. Here nothing to do, just click on next. So here also nothing to do, just click on next and next. Here we have to choose virtual host. Okay, so virtual host means it is the combination of IP address and port number which is used for to access the application. Okay, so by default this application is mapped with the default host. Default host means what are the host name and port number for the application server. Okay, so that host name that that IP address and host name is nothing but a default host. So I'm going to map this application with default host only. Okay, not to any other host. Okay, so and then click on next. This is the context root. Okay, so context root is very important. Okay, so context root means it is the name which is used for to access the application. Okay, for example, take this is administration console. To access this administration console, I'm using slash IBM slash console. Okay, so this is the context root for this application. Okay, and the same way the benefits.var application contains the context root as slash. Okay, so not only this application, each and every application, either web application or enter, enterprise application, it maintain a context root. Okay, context root means it is a name which is used for to access the application. Okay, and this is the context root. We have to remember this and click on next and click on next and next.
Uh, what happens with the context root?
So context root is slash. Context root
Okay,
context root means what are the name we
okay,
use to access the application. Okay, here
got it.
here WebSphere administration console is one web application. So I am accessing this web application through slash IBM slash console. This is the context root of this application. And the same way, each and every application maintain a context root. The context root is used for to access the application. Okay, it is a name. Okay, and
Okay,
click on finish. Now the application is deploying. It is showing the name benefits.var already exists. So let me rename the application. Go to install, choose the file, click on next. This time I'm going with a fast path. Okay, click on next. Here change the application benefits. Okay, I'm giving benefit. Click on next and map the application to the server. So I'm going to map this application to the two application servers, and click on next, 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 and finish. Okay, now the application is going to be installed. So now save the configuration. Click on next. Okay, now the application is deployed. We can see the application benefit in the list. Okay, so as of now the application is in stopped state. So to access this application, first we have to start. Okay, start this application, select this application, click on start to start the application. So the application is running now. Okay, so now I am going to install another application. So click on install and choose the file. I'm going to install sample.war web application. So choose this application and click on next and go with the detailed path. Click on next, continue. Okay, so the application name is sample.war. Okay, and I'm going to rename this as sample and click on next. Map this application to server 1 and apply and click on next and click on next and next, here also next. Okay, here the host name is hello world application. So the virtual host is, it is mapped with default host. That means default port number we can use to access this application. And click on next, and this is the context root. Slash is the context root for this application, and click on next and next and click on next, click on finish. So application is installed successfully. Save the configuration. Okay, now start the application. I think synchronization is not happened. Let me do restart all the services. So go to the servers, application servers. I'm going to stop these two servers first. Stop. So the two servers are not running now, and restart node agent and DMGR also once the deployment is completed. So I'm going to stop node agent first.
Ramabu, I can't hear you.
Yeah, Krishna, tell me. I'm
Nothing, nothing.
stopping the services. and start the node agent also. Node agent is still coming up. Once the node agent is started, we need to start the servers and applications as well. Then we will try to access the application whether it is working or not. If it is coming fine, up deployment is successful. So node agent is up. So let's go and check the services.
One question, like each time we deploy the war file, do we need to restart the servers?
Yeah, if it is not coming up, it depends on application. If the application is not able to start, able to access, and we will restart
Okay.
the services, and then try to start the application. So now start the applications. So benefits is up and running fine. So now try to access this application. So for accessing any application, we need details like hostname, accessing the application. Okay, so we need details like hostname of the server where we deployed the application, and port number of the server, and context root of the application. Okay, so these three things are required. So here in my environment, hostname is localhost, and we need to check the port number and context root. So for checking the port number, go to the server where the application is deployed. So the application is deployed in the two servers. Okay, so first check the first server 1. Go to the server 1 and click on ports. Expand these ports. Here we can see the port number called 9081. Okay, so WC web console default host. So this is the WC default host is nothing but this is the host this is the port number we use to access application. Okay, so this port number is not available in DMGR because DMGR server is for management. We cannot install the applications in DMGR servers. So only application servers having this port number. Okay, so this option is available only for application servers. So check the port number 9081. Okay, and check the context root also. For checking the context root, go to that application. So this is the application I'm going to start. So go to benefits. Here is the context root. Okay, so click on this context root. Here you can see the context root as slash. Okay, now access the application. HTTP, and one moment, let me plug in cable. HTTP, and the host name is localhost, and the port number is 9081, and the context root is slash. So this is the application. So I am able to access the application now. Okay, so this is complete information about deployment and how to access the application and all. Okay, and the remaining options we will see tomorrow. Okay, so we have update and rollout update and remove file, export. Okay, export DDL and export file. So these options we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, so deployment is clear.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I'm
So
stop
can you start the sample thing once?
this one.
Yeah, we can stop it tomorrow. We can. Yeah.
first we need to start the application, then we will access the application.
Okay.
Maybe this application having any problem, it will not start. See here, sample failed to start, some problem with the application, so it is not able to
Okay.
start. Okay,
Okay.
so tomorrow we will see remaining options. Okay, thanks for joining.
Okay.
Okay, bye.